All right, guys. Welcome
Doing great.
to another Solar Kings Tuesday. Who was that? Thought somebody was saying something. So welcome to another Solar Kings Tuesday. We got a lot going on out there. A ton of success out there in the field. I think, I counted countless deals that we got done. So congratulations to everybody who's out there hustling and putting deals on paper. Congratulations. We've got a bunch of good stuff happening in the market, and I think it's just going to continue to improve. So we're going to go through a couple things that are going on, and then get into some training and get you guys out of here. So first of all, let's start by welcoming any new recruits. Do we have any new recruits on the call? Any new consultants? No, anybody got any new recruits that they want to announce? All right. Well, I know I saw a couple new names on the list. So if they're not on the call, maybe they're going to watch the YouTube video later. Welcome to the team. We're looking forward to helping you guys grow and learn the solar business. It's a great business to be in. So let's jump over to some success stories. So I had so many that I counted that I didn't even bother trying to write them all out because everybody was selling deals last week. I know Gus mentioned he sold like 5 on his own. Willie, I know you got a couple done, including you posted you got your 8th deal. So congratulations to you for hitting that milestone. Willie, have you applied for your mentorship yet or set your test date?
We're going to apply next week. We're a little bit busy with the gala, but that's our first thing next week. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody, all the mentors, especially you two, Huston, Eric, Keenan, Greg, Gus, Jonathan, Brant, everybody, you guys were part of this. And we're so grateful to have you guys beside us.
Amen, man. Congratulations again. Willie's got 2 deals that he's doing tonight at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the evening. So wish him luck. Hopefully get numbers 9 and 10 all in one night. So I look forward to seeing some approval pictures coming out in a little bit. But a bunch of other folks out there having success. Like I said, I tried to go through the list, but there were so many people posting deals and approvals and stuff that I just figured shout out to the whole team because we're all out there killing it right now. We're entering the busy season, and now's go time, guys. So if you're not out there closing deals, get on the bandwagon because it's about to get really, really good. So next, I wanted to give a quick shout out. I don't see him on the call yet, but Jeff Cash, who's part of our team, as of this morning was ranked the number 5 mentor in the organization. So congratulations to him. That's a big accomplishment. And huge money, to be honest with you. So Jeff, congratulations. Hopefully you'll be watching the Zoom later. Next, big shout out to Kevin Tisson. Is it Tisson or Tyson? I'm not sure. But he posted that he got solar installed on his own personal home. So congratulations to him. Guys, if you own a home and you don't have solar, what are you doing? It truly does work. First of all, I can tell you, I haven't paid a CPS bill in 5 months. But if you're going to be out there and trying to be a trusted advisor to your homeowners, and you can't say, yeah, I have it on my own house, you just lose some credibility. So if you haven't done it yet for your own home, I definitely recommend looking into it and get on the solar bandwagon, guys. Next, big shout out to Rob and Jacob. I see Rob on the call. Congratulations to you guys. It looked like you had a great day knocking on Saturday. I think last I saw you had at least 2 appointments scheduled and signed up a couple new partners. So congratulations to you. Rob, how'd those appointments go? Have you had them yet?
We got 2 follow-up appointments for Thursday and Friday of this week. I'm not sure what Jacob got scheduled, but he got a couple deals. We hit 2 neighborhoods, one in Kirby where the homes weren't, really ideal for solar because of the trees, right? Those trees were towering over a lot of these homes. So we just said, hey, well, let's go. I asked Jacob, hey, what's another good neighborhood you're targeting? And then we drove about another 15 minutes further outside of San Antonio. hit another neighborhood where he got, it was funny because I think we had like 5 houses left in the neighborhood, and then boom, he got one, and then boom, another person interested. So, you just got to stick with it, right? If one neighborhood's not working, have a backup plan. So that's what we did. Great success. We met a couple partners while I was down there. There was 2 folks that just reached out to me. They saw our Super Saturday. One gentleman only spoke Spanish, and I had some people trying to translate for me to help me, try and get him onboarded and stuff. So we got a couple partners, some appointments. I was in San Antonio for about a week. And then, man, just even having conversations. Somebody stopped me in line getting my passport renewed and just asked me, because I was wearing my Powur solar shirt, and he's asking me about solar. He's like, hey, are you in solar? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Waited outside. Him and I had a great conversation, and then we followed it up the next day with a longer, lengthier conversation, and then just out hanging out with some friends. We're dressed up, right? I wasn't wearing solar, but a young lady stopped me. She said, "You guys look like you came from a conference." We did. We actually came from a solar conference. So that's another lead that I'm working on right now. So you just got to make sure that you're always ready to have conversations with people, and just know your business, and people are you're just attracting people.
Amen, man. It all comes back to that same mantra that I repeat in my head all the time, which is don't be an undercover solar pro. Be out there, be loud, be proud, and make sure everybody around you knows what you're doing to help the environment and put some serious cash in your pocket all at the same time. So well done, man. Well done. Who else has success stories? Who else has got stuff going on this week? I saw Gus the Beast just joined us. I know he's launching his new CRM, and in the meantime, still managed to close 5 deals this week. Gus, you want to jump on and say something?
What's happening, guys? Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, we actually went down to San Antonio. It was like a 10-day, basically boot camp. But we started in San Antonio, did the events, and then drove to Houston and started on Monday, man. But it was crazy. I feel like Houston was just not as tapped as Dallas Fort Worth. We hit about, I don't know, altogether, I think we closed probably 15 deals or so. We generated about 30 to 40 appointments. It just, just being around the people is like every single day in and day out. I think that was one of the biggest things that, building the culture around people and just being held accountable. And even through all these things that were happening, because it was like a circus at some points, there's always things going on, but just having the adversity to keep going and having your head right. And I was able to just stay focused and just keep going at it. And I haven't door knocked in a long time, so it was crazy that I was just out there just door knocking. I closed 3 deals from door knocking and 2 for mentors. So
very nice.
It was pretty nice.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Good to see you guys having major success out there. So well done. Anybody else got anything? Who else had a good week? I know there are some folks out there, you're just being quiet. So we're going to move on to some important Powur updates. So number 1, for most of you, you probably saw my comment on the group chat, but Mosaic is now live on the platform, guys. That's actually what we're going to go through and do some training on tonight. So I won't say too much about it yet, but Mosaic is live. They've got a great product. And they're going to open up a little bit of a new market, an additional market for us. So looking forward to seeing us grow with them. Next, we do have the Earth Month promo still going on. Through the end of this month, you have the option to offer your customers up to 36 months of prepaid payments through a rebate. So make sure you're promoting that. Make sure you're letting folks know, hey, not only are we helping you save money and save the environment, we're also going to pay your loan for up to 3 years. So it's a huge incentive, guys. It's been a great closing tool. So make sure you're using that as necessary. Another big update, Maryland and Delaware are now live. They were hinting that these were going to go live soon. On yesterday's Powur update email, we got the notification that those are now live. So I put this in earlier today when I built out this slide deck, and about an hour before we got on this call, we got an email from Jonathan Budd announcing some major changes that are coming on the platform in terms of pricing, panel availability, etc. So if you have any deals that you've quoted with the Hanwha 350s, those are now gone. They're off the platform. So make sure you change panels if you have something pending. The Canadian 390s are also gone. They're being replaced by the Canadian 395s. We'll still have the Mission Solars, and then the RECs are going to be off the platform outside of California. So make sure you guys keep an eye on that. If you didn't see that email or haven't had a chance to read it, go pull up your email as soon as we're done here. Read through that email because there's a lot of information that you need to know before you walk into an appointment. Another big thing, Powur announced a bunch of staffing that they've added. So they've added staffing in a number of different areas, everywhere from project management to marketing. There's a lot of different divisions that they're adding staffing and scaling very quickly. So, we were in 16 states at the end of last year. We're now in 24 and growing rapidly. That's going to require new employees. And so good to see that they're proactively getting those things filled and making sure that they're able to stay on top of helping us with the project management process, et cetera. And then finally, next Freedom Tour event. So we have 3 upcoming Freedom Tour events that I'm aware of. 2 on April 23rd, one in Abilene, one in Austin. And then just announced, we are going to be having another Freedom Tour event here in San Antonio. I haven't seen the date on that yet. I would assume it's probably somewhere early May. So keep an eye out for that, and look out for that. Start letting people know that that's going to be coming so that we can get folks there. We had a great turnout at the last event. Would love to see more people there at the next one. So lastly, Powur World, just another reminder, guys, they announced the hotel last week and sent out an updated email link with the reservations yesterday. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, get your ticket. And then secondly, go in and make sure you get that room reserved. They have a limited number of blocked rooms at a discounted rate. So make sure you jump in there and get those reserved quickly. $150 general admission through May 31st. If you're a Powur Live member before March 18th, your ticket is free with a $99 deposit that's refundable once you show up to the event. So make sure you get on that, guys. You got about, 3 days left to claim your ticket if you're a Powur Live member and you haven't already done so. So any questions? Anybody want to say anything before we jump into some training tonight? Cool. So we are going to jump in and dive into our newest lending partner, Mosaic. Who here has done a Mosaic deal yet? Has anybody actually closed one with Mosaic? Nobody yet? All right, well, that's coming soon, guys. I know from what I've seen, Mosaic's got some great terms, very aggressive products. And so I think it's going to be something that we're going to be able to utilize regularly once we all kind of get a handle on what they do. So I've stolen a couple of the slides that they have in the Powur back office, the knowledge base, but just wanted to go through them with you real quickly, just so we can kind of all have a base level understanding. One thing I would recommend, there is a certification available in the university. Make sure you take about 20 or 30 minutes, go through 6 or 7 videos that walk you through some of the basics of the platform and get you certified to sell Mosaic. So make sure you get a chance to go through and do that. Without further ado, we're going to jump in. So main things that Mosaic is saying that they offer: simplicity, savings, and ownership. So simplicity, meaning it's an instant online credit check. It's a soft credit pull, low monthly payments, very aggressive rates, very, very competitive lender fees or dealer fees. That's one thing that we're going to look at in terms of the comparison between their dealer fees versus our other lenders. If you haven't messed with it, you may realize that they offer some pretty competitive terms. And then ownership. So all of their products are purchase agreements. They don't do leasing, Sunnova's the only source that we have for leasing. So these are all going to be purchase agreements. Couple of the benefits of their program. So the Mosaic program will give you an approval up to 150 grand. They have a high approval rate with a 600 FICO floor. They don't look at debt to income. They consider it a debt replacement because you're essentially replacing your utility bill with the loan bill. So really good info there. And they will allow a customer to utilize household income. Who can tell me what household income is? Jonathan Morales, I see you here.
Oh, gotcha. Household income is just the general earnings of the entire household. So even though I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you only have one person on the credit application, you can put your spouse's income, your teenager's income if they're working, your grandmother's income, anyone living in the residence. So all that income combined is household income.
Yep, that's exactly right. The theory on that is that if they're living in the house, they're contributing towards the bills of the house. So why wouldn't you be able to utilize that income to pay the bill? You're probably using it to pay your CPS bill anyway. So it just makes sense that we would count that as income. So you're exactly right. You only need one buyer on the loan, and you can use all the income in the home.
Hey, yeah, that's my question, Houston. So you just get your partner's income and add it to your income, right? You don't have to have their information, just an add-on.
Right. So the way it looks on the application, there's actually two lines for income. So there's the applicant's income, and then there's household income.
Okay.
So you would put the applicant's income. So if they have a W-2 job that makes 60 grand a year, you'd put 60,000 on their income. But then if wife brings in another 60 and grandma has another 10, you'd be able to put 70,000 on the second line for household income.
Wow. Okay. I got it. Thank you. I'll have to revisit that one.
Hey, Houston.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And for income, you can put like, if the grandma's retired, whatever, if they get disability checks, you can still put that, right?
Yep. Yeah. We're going to go through what qualifies as income here in just a second. So basically any money coming into the house, pretty much. Low stip rates. It's a soft credit check. So like Good Leap, this is not going to be a hard pull on your credit. It's a soft credit check until the system's installed and you get PTO, at which point. So basically when they fund the loan, that's when it becomes a hard credit pull. And then another big one, this is the first lender we have, guys, that will allow you to do non-primary residences. So, well, not necessarily non-primary, but rental properties in particular. Because both Sunlight and Good Leap require that you live in the home at least part of the year. Mosaic will allow it to be a full-on 100% rental property. And as long as you're the one on the deed, you can do the loan. So you can also do it in an LLC as long as you're the sole managing member or in a trust. So lots of ways that you can get a deal done for those weird scenarios where folks have strange situations. Yeah, Jonathan, what's up?
Hey, just as an angle, if you guys know any customers or even yourselves use rental properties, I would get in contact with a good CPA, because these can be considered write-offs.
Bingo.
So just keep that in mind. This solar installation can be a write-off on the monthly payment for the entire 12 months. But
Right.
I'm not a financial advisor, just for clarification, but just get with a CPA on that. And that's big for people who are looking for deductions at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're exactly right. Not only can you claim the federal tax credit as the owner of the property, but then as a business, a rental property, you can also claim depreciation on it. So that can be a huge write-off for an owner of a property. So good stuff there, and something I plan on using. Actually, one of our meetings on Saturday, we didn't realize it walking in, but the guy was actually trying to get a quote for a rental property. So we're going to go back and reapproach it with Mosaic as an option now that we have them live. So household types. So resident types, the different types of folks that live in the house. You've got the applicant, a non-applicant spouse. So these are all the people that you can use their income. any extended family, and then, you know, even if they've got a roommate in the house, if the roommate has income, you can use that income on the deal. Verifiable income types, you've got traditional wages or bonuses, pension, dividends, stipends, non-wage income, so like rental property, etc. Or if they choose to, and the main thing you need to understand, this is not a requirement to disclose, but if they choose to, they can use alimony, child support, or anything of that nature as income on their application as well. So lots of different ways that you can squeeze some money out of the deal to make it to where they can get qualified. Any questions on that? All right, moving on. So how does the loan work? So one thing that I saw that I thought was pretty interesting. So Mosaic will give you a payment start date that's 3 months after install or 15 days after PTO. So right now, at least in the CPS territory, CPS is taking a little while to get the PTO done. But with, for example, like GoodLeap's first payment is 60 days after install is complete. PTO doesn't matter. So, you know, for example, I have a customer whose first GoodLeap payment is due on Thursday, but we don't have a inspection date from CPS yet to get the PTO authorized. So she's already going to have a GoodLeap payment due, whereas if she was with Mosaic, she would still have an additional 30 days. So I think that's a big benefit. And then from there, from the initial payment, you've got 18 months. So you really have essentially 21 months before the reamortization takes place. At that point, so just like our other loans, your first 18 payments are going to be with the assumption that you're going to use the federal tax credit to pay down the loan balance. If you choose to keep that credit, or if it's going to take you multiple years to claim it, you would reamortize to whatever the new loan amount would be. Your payment would go up. If you paid the tax credit and then some, the payment would go down. So it's a one-time reamortization at month 18, at which point that then locks in the remaining payments. But a key to know is that it is a simple interest loan. So you have the option to pay extra on the loan at any time and pay down that principal balance so that you pay it off sooner. So qualifying homeowners, what's a qualifying homeowner? So A, you must be the owner of the home. That's a pretty obvious one, right? You must have a personally created email address. So they have their own email address. This one is important. They're real picky. They don't want us as consultants helping a customer create an email address that they're not going to access after the initial paperwork is signed. Mosaic is very heavy on email communication. So you want to make sure that the person you're working with is someone who's at least capable of checking email every now and again. They do have to be a US citizen. They have to personally complete the credit application, and they have to sign the loan documents themselves. Most of this I think is pretty obvious, but it's always good to go over again and just remind you guys, if you're signing loan docs for your customers, that's a huge no-no, and it's going to get you in a ton of trouble, both with Powur, but potentially legally as well. So just flat out, guys, don't do that. Next, qualifying sites. So what types of homes can you use Mosaic with? So the traditional single-family home, mobile homes that are not on a permanent foundation. So mobile homes have to be on a permanent foundation, and they do have to own the land underneath the home. So you can't be in a mobile home park where you don't own the property. No commercial, and can be off grid. The residents, so the owner of the home must be the borrower. They must either be in their personal name, in the name of a trust that they control, or in an LLC where they're the managing member. And then second systems are allowed, but a key component to that is you can't tie into an existing system. So you have to have totally separate inverters. You know, if you're using Enphase, you have to have a separate combiner box that plugs into the main system. So completely separate of the existing system on the home. 4 possible credit outcomes. So the most ideal is going to be an approval with a max loan up to 150. A conditional approval, which like we said earlier is rare, but in about 5% of scenarios, they're going to ask for some sort of identification or proof of income, something like that. Credit decision blocked. That typically happens when someone has their credit frozen. Like that, let's say they have their credit file locked. You might get a blocked notification or just a flat out denial. One thing I learned on this, we don't get much other than an email that says your customer was, you applied, but your customer was denied. But the customer gets a detailed explanation as to why they were denied. So you may want to reach out to the customer and just check with them, figure out why they got denied, and put a plan in place to try and help them. One thing that's cool about Mosaic is they only require 30 days before you can reapply. So you can reapply right away if you add a cosigner or something like that. But if you're doing like a single individual, you can reapply again after just 30 days. Good Leap I know is 90 days. I'm not 100% sure what Sunlight is. I want to say it's 60, but this means that you can help a customer. Let's say a customer has a 590 credit score and they needed that magic 600 to get qualified. You could help them get a couple things paid down in the next 30 days and then try again in just 1 month. So good stuff there. Frequently asked questions. So first of all, does anybody have any questions? All right. So question number 1, can the customer apply with a co-applicant such as a spouse or relatives? At this point, Mosaic only accepts individual applicants. So this one's kind of unique. So I guess since they're taking household income, they don't necessarily need 2 people on the loan. They just need 1 person that qualifies. And then they'll use all of that household income. So if you've got a husband and a wife and husband doesn't qualify, flip over and try with the wife or the spouse and see if you can get it done with them. That's a little bit unique, but something that you definitely need to understand and know. So they will do the temporary lien relief lift if they're trying to do a mortgage refi or if they're trying to move. Max loan amount's 150. You can have up to 2 loans per person and 2 loans per resident. So they'll do a second install either on a second home or on a second installation on the same property. And only 1 loan per system. So second page of FAQs, how does the Mosaic loan appear on a borrower's credit report? It's going to appear as a secured home improvement loan. So just like all of our other lenders, it's a UCC1 filing on the panels, not the home. If someone's application is denied, how long? 30 days. We talked about that. Can I include a re-roof? So the answer is yes. At the moment, their cap on solar only financing is $7 per watt. They will go above that if you've got an extenuating circumstance. So battery installs or re-roof, anything like that. As long as the non-solar portion of the loan is greater than, or is less than, 50% of the total loan amount, they'll do it. So that's it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of Mosaic. There is some more detail. I've actually reached out to the rep with Mosaic to get a couple answers as far as additional underwriting guidelines that they have. And then also invite them on to do a presentation one night for us. That way we can have some live Q&A, etc. But that's all I've got for tonight, guys. Who has anything else they want to talk about? Does anybody have any questions they want to bring up?
I do. I'm Jennifer Chavez.
Yes, Jennifer, welcome.
Hi. So I'm in the mortgage field. So the UCC1 loan, that lien that they have for the solar panels with Mosaic, how hard have you had any issues when some clients are doing their refinance of releasing the lien for the refi and then putting it back onto the home? I know I've come into issues with that with some solar panels and releasing that UCC lien for the refi.
Yeah, so actually right here, one of the FAQs. So Mosaic can transfer the loan to a new borrower or provide a temporary relief,
Oh, there
temporary
it is.
lien lift.
I didn't see that one.
So,
Oh, perfect.
yep, yeah, so they'll do that for you. That way that can go away as you're going through that process.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Who else has questions?
Hey, Houston, this is Eric Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, what's going on, sir?
Hey, sir, just wanted to remind everybody, please, don't ever make an email for your customers, just like Houston had brought up. If a customer needs an email done, you can show them how to make an email, but don't make it for them. And also, don't ever try and sign their documents for them or click the documents yourself, because if they want to, they can say you did that, and that will not look good. I just wanted to make sure you bring that up again.
Absolutely. And just so you know, guys, that is actually loan fraud, and that's a federal crime. So you definitely don't want to do that. All right, what else we got? Anybody else got anything to share tonight? Any other topics that we need to discuss?
Yes, Houston, can you, did you talk about the 3% loan?
The 3% loan, what do you mean?
The 3% dealer fee, excuse me?
I have not seen that yet. So enlighten us.
It was an edit. It was a.
What was that?
Jonathan,
did you see that?
I saw it on the Pioneer, so it was just an error on the 25-year loan that they were going to fix. Rachel was already all over it. I do believe. Hold on, I think I got a proposal up right now. I do believe that there is one with like an extremely low fee, but I think it's like a high interest dealer fee option. So give me a second here. So the only ones that has a 3% dealer fee are going to be the 5-year at like a 6% interest rate. Or let me see, they have a 10-year option, but it's usually the shorter terms with the highest interest rate that are going to have a low dealer fee. Yeah. So anything that has the highest interest rate, I saw it on the 10-year as well, at a 6.29%, low dealer fee, 3%. So those are the only ones that should have it. If you see one with the 25-year in your pricing, then it's an error, and you got to get it over to pre-sales to make the adjustment. Or I think Gordon, Matt Gordon, I think is his name. You're supposed to get it over to. So yeah, you go to right there. If you do see a 3% dealer fee on your pricing, then it should be incorrect. But if you pick a 5-year at the highest interest rate or a 10-year at the highest interest rate, you should see a 3% dealer fee. But
Yep.
There you go. Boom.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
So let's see what that looks like. Let's see what the 10-year. So the 10-year is a 629. 331 payments, not terrible.
Oh, that's not terrible at all.
So one thing I was going to point out is, guys, their dealer fees are very reasonable. A little bit lower from what I can tell than Goodleap, and about the same, at least from what I've been able to see, as Sunlight's. For example, the 25-year 199 is a 25% dealer fee. If I'm not mistaken, the Goodleap FlexPay 25-year is like 26.75. So pretty big difference. And ultimately, if you're building out if you're selling the price of the system, that's another 1.75% margin in your deal. So something to keep in mind as you're working on trying to close those deals. The dealer fees can make a pretty massive difference. They also, you can see here, guys, they've got a 30-year loan option. So 30 years at 199. Dealer fees are pretty steep. Look at that, 30.5%, but they're available to you. So make sure you're playing with that. I'm curious what this one would be. Look at that. 25-year 629 is a 3% dealer fee. Now, Jonathan, were you saying that that's an error, or?
No. Someone had put a 25-year and it was a 1.99 interest rate. and the system edited it as a 3% dealer fee. So he's like, hey, before I close this, it was a ground mount system, and I want to make sure check with Rachel. He tagged Rachel and checked Charles. They said, no, it's not it's an error, so send that link to pre-sales. But yeah, I just saw that everything with the highest interest rate should have a 3% dealer fee, which is great. If you look at the total price that the customer's financing, it drops tremendously from the lower interest rate.
Yeah, so let's use this as an example. So at the 199 rate, I'm at 48.1. The 629 rate, $11,000, guys. So one thing I've started doing more and more is before I show a customer a loan product, I'm talking to them a lot more detailed about what their intentions are with the loan. So are they planning to pay this off as quick as possible? Or are they just trying to get the cheapest payment possible? That cheapest payment possible customer, give them the 199. But if you're looking for the customer that says, oh, well, I want to pay this off in the next, 10 years, then you probably want to look at one of those higher interest rate, lower dealer fee options. So good info, guys. Who else has anything they want to talk about tonight? I think that's what I had to share with you tonight. Wanted to just go through what I've learned so far as Mosaic. I've run 3 applications through them so far. Unfortunately, haven't gotten one approved because they were all kind of callbacks from declines from the last week or so. But still got a couple more to try. Has anybody gotten any approved through Mosaic yet?
Hey, Houston, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I was going to ask you. So basically, same situation with Good Leap. If we run Mosaic, we can run Second Chance with Good Leap.
Now, my understanding is since Mosaic is also a soft credit pull, it wouldn't show up on the credit application, so Good Leap wouldn't see it. That's my understanding. Cool. Now we'll get some clarification on that just to make sure, but my thought process is if Good Leap can't see that Mosaic did a soft credit pull, how would they know?
Right. Now, I'm just curious if there's somebody in the close to 600 range that might not qualify for Mosaic, but might qualify for the 580 from Good Leap.
Well, 580 is Sunlight. So Sunlight, you don't have that issue because Sunlight's a hard credit pull.
Oh, there you go. All right. Sounds good.
Yep.
Houston, if you could share the Power World Convention image, that'd be great. Just to touch on that again.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry, had to get back to it. So yeah, just another reminder, guys. We've got 3 more days if you're a Power Live member to get that ticket reserved for free. It's a $99 refundable deposit, and we also have those room rates. So go back, check that email, and get your room reserved soon so you can make sure and get that locked in. I know, Eric, you're planning to do an Airbnb, right?
Yes, I've got an Airbnb.
Cool. Okay.
I wanted to. I know. I think Christian Montalvo's on the phone. Christian, they extended that Power Live deal. Looks like until April 15th. So you can Houston. You can become a Power Live member and pay $99 and get it back, right?
No, you had to have already been a Power Live member on or before March 18th in order to get that.
Okay, I was looking at the extended until April 15th, but
yeah, they're giving you more time to put that $99 deposit down, but you had to be by March 18th.
Yes, I got confused. I got kind of excited for Christian. Sorry, buddy.
That's all right. It's just going to cost you $150 to get all that glorious info now. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you tonight. Anybody else want to bring anything up? Any Any questions or topics they want to bounce back and forth on the team?
Yeah, if it's okay, Houston, I wanted to just mention something. I talked with Eric earlier this week. So this is just my thinking here. Of course, y'all know that I'm a Powur mentor and I've just crossed over into the real estate world, right? So one of the things that I was trying to strategize to, and ironically, Jenna, pleasure to meet you, but it's perfect that you're actually on the call. So going and actually talking to a mortgage lender, right? So one of the biggest pullbacks that you get as a solar consultant is I don't want two loans on one property, right? So if you've ever brokered a cash deal and thought about a cash out refi, okay? So for those that don't know what that is, it's if you already established a certain amount of equity in your home, let's just say at least 80% to value of what the loan is, right? So you can do a cash out refi and borrow cash against your house and then purchase a solar system cash, okay? Purchase it cash with the cash out refi, therefore it's already under one loan.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about transfer fees. You don't have to worry about the future seller moving on. You know, and many people already know that Good Leap is also a mortgage company. So when you go with Good Leap, they're going to call your customer 6 months after installation or PTO, and they're going to ask them, hey, have you thought about just rolling it over into one? Now, of course, subject to that, their fees are a little bit different. They are not a mortgage company. They're a solar company, a solar lending company that also has a side mortgage, right? So as a lender, maybe Jenna, I don't know if you work with like a bank institution or credit union, or let's just say a direct lender mortgage company on the front line, right? So someone like that can do a cash out refi. If I don't know, Houston, can you do me a favor? This would be perfect, ideal. Can you show your proposal real quick? Just real quick. Just the one you had up, that'd be great.
Yep.
So if you go back to just a standard one, let's just show what everyone we always do a 1.99 or 1.49, right? So financing $48,000. Now, if you do a straight up cash deal, just change it to cash. Okay, 12,000 right off the bat, and you can roll that into one loan with a cash out refi option by actually partnering up with a lender that can possibly facilitate this deal for you. Okay. So I got 2 appointments with lenders, one at the end of this week, one beginning next week, to see about brokering that deal to try to do a referral business to be able to do that option as a back pocket option for cash out refi. As you can see, the market home values have gone up dramatically over the last 12 to 14 months. So people have equity in their house.
Yeah, anybody who didn't buy their home in the last 6 months can probably do a cash out refi at this point.
There you go. So just to guys let you know, I always like to share information on what things that I'm trying to work on to try to grow the business on both sides. So partnering with lenders, growing your solar business, and then who knows, that could turn out to a sale for a house down the line too. So flip it 3 ways, right?
That's great information, especially because I've been trying to get into, we do renovation loans. So instead of 80%, they can get up to 95% of their loan to value on their homes for renovation. So if they want to do solar, if they wanted to get, not only solar, but do something a little bit to spruce up their property too, since, it's hard to buy houses, a renovation loan is like one of the better ways to go to.
And solar would qualify under that 90% loan to value?
For their renovation loan, they're doing energy efficient to the property.
Well,
Like, they can even put in a pool if they wanted to.
Awesome. So I'm going to add one thing to that. This is something I've thought about for a while now, but I'm going to add one thing to that could help you get the ball rolling for your customer. Because if you were to go to someone today and say, hey, I want to propose a cash out refi to help you pay cash for your solar system, the challenge that you're going to have is that Powur is going to immediately ask them for that first $1,000 deposit for the cash deal. Because as far as Powur is concerned, it's a cash deal. So what you can do, you can utilize the Sunlight 10-year 574. You notice what didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 0% dealer fee. They could sign their contract with Sunlight, get your NTP through Sunlight, and then by the time the solar system is installed, your cash out refi is done. They pay off the Sunlight loan, and you're done.
So just I haven't done that. That's actually pretty brilliant there, buddy. Would the hard inquiry hit before installation so they could do the cash out refi before installation is done? So that way that second inquiry wouldn't be on the report credit wise, of course.
Well, yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about that aspect of it because Sunlight runs a hard inquiry immediately.
Okay.
So they would run a hard inquiry. So worst case scenario, I guess now that we've got this 3% dealer fee through Mosaic, you could just go do it through Mosaic. And, you know, it costs them 3% more, but they don't have to put that $1,000 out of pocket.
Would that affect something that you guys would disqualify someone, Jenna, from doing a cash out refi or construction loan, or what is it called?
What?
Would that disqualify someone if they were to run a hard inquiry on a solar loan for $36,000, just give or take, say 30 to 50,000, and they want to do a cash out refi like immediately afterwards or pretty quickly?
No, that wouldn't disqualify because what we're looking for on our side is new debt, right, for the refi. So if they said, hey, this hard inquiry was due to us getting solar panels and we have a loan on this one, then we would just get the finance till from the finance company and get that paid off through their cash out.
Well, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It sounds
Think
like a
about
good thing to do.
15 people on this call that just heard this information.
Man, y'all are
everyone else
slick.
missing out.
That is slick. I love it.
Yep. So do it now because we all know what's going to happen to mortgage rates over the next couple months. So utilize it while you can in order to get those deals done for sure. And it's a good time to bring it up too, because if you're talking to someone who hasn't refied in a while, chances are you can still help them reduce their mortgage rate, which is going to save them significant money there, and then roll it all into one payment. Which, you know, I know, Jonathan, you'll know as a realtor, and something we hear pretty often, the biggest complaint that realtors have is what to do with that solar loan. And so if you're doing it all at one loan and you don't have that UCC1 filing to deal with, that's simple. You know?
Well, see, that's the problem I don't have because I'm a solar mentor and I know what the hell I'm doing. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. No, but that's key. So he's got a great point on that. So clearly it's one less person. So remember when the future, your client, right, your solar client, they're going to be dealing with two real estate agents, and more likely two of them don't know how this transaction works. So if you can put their mind at ease by doing a cash out refi for this option, and then now we have Jenna on the team, right? So now we have the people in place to be able to facilitate this deal. Also, just a peace of mind too, right? So look at the option right here. If you go to like your PPW, where some utilities are going to market that like you have to be under $4 a kilowatt here, $4, PPW here in San Antonio. You can still make a great commission off a cash out refi, probably better commission off a cash out refi or cash deal than you can off a financial deal. So it's a win-win for everybody. So
yeah, if I go back, like let's.
Are there any prepayment penalties on any of these?
No. So it's exactly $1 per watt difference. You see here, this is the dealer fee is 25%. It's a $1 per watt price difference. So I go from selling a system at $3 per watt to $4 per watt, just because of that difference in the dealer fee. Good info, guys. Great info. Anybody else got any little golden nuggets like that that's going to help us all get better? Eric, what you got, man? You got anything to wrap us up for tonight?
Hey, brother. Getting ready for 2 appointments tonight. All I can say is do your best to tell everybody about solar. One thing I want to share is I was talking to a good friend the other day and just explaining how you don't need to overwhelm yourself thinking that you have to work 40 hours a week in solar to make this work, right? This is an additional stream of income. This is part-time, anytime. So, but you do have to put in some work to get results, and it doesn't hurt if every night you made it a point to contact 5 new people. Just sending out 5 messages that says, hey, I just want you to know that I'm in the solar industry. And if you have anybody that might want to go solar, I pay $1,000 in referral. Just send 5 messages like that a night. If you make it that simple, create a little Excel sheet that says who you followed up with, what they said, and just keep adding 5 people, 5 people, 5 people. The more people that know you go solar, the more hopefully you get them signed up as ambassadors, but you got to get the word out. Can't be a secret agent. We always talk about that. So thanks.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, with that, yeah, Brian, what's up, man?
I had an install today, and I think it was Alternative was there. I had an install over there in Converse today.
Awesome.
And I just want to make sure, make sure, guys, if you have an install, make sure you show up, because there was 2 guys there. I think the lead dropped them off, and he took the rest of the crew somewhere else. But I was there like from 1 to 3, and one guy was interested in being a consultant, so I gave him all the info, and the other guy was interested in getting panels on his roof. So I got all his info, and we have an appointment Saturday.
Awesome, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And I was talking to them, and they said that I was the first. They've been there for like 3 months, and I'm the first solar rep that has actually been there, like, for the install with the customer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Let's go, Brian.
That must have been a different alternative crew then, because I know I've seen them at a couple of our installs. It's a good group of guys.
Yeah.
But, that was Miss Pritchard, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I thought they were just doing the MPU today. Did they do the whole system?
They did the whole system today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Well, I guess that means we both got a little commission coming our way soon. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
I guess that means we all got a commission coming in soon.
Exactly. Hey, oh, by the way, Brian, I haven't mentioned this yet, but Brian, 2 weeks ago, got his own system installed, and the week before that, got his roof done. So we've got another solar consultant putting his money where his mouth is. So congratulations, man.
Awesome.
You know when PTO is yet? Have you heard anything?
No, haven't heard it.
Yeah, it'll be a couple weeks, I think, but just in time for summer to hit. So I'm sure you're excited about that.
Heck yeah.
Awesome, guys. Brian, congratulations on another install. I think we're going to see him hit that magic number 8 here any day now. Brian, how many you got left?
1.
One?
One.
Awesome, man. We'll get it done. I think this Mosaic thing is going to be a huge lift. Go back and call some of the folks that you've worked with in the past, and let's see if we can't get that 8th one done and get you to here pretty quick. So,
okay.
All right, guys. Well, that's all I've got for tonight. Unless anybody's got anything else, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the call. Thanks for joining us. I hope we were able to give you some good info. Awesome job by Jenna, Jonathan. Thanks for jumping in and giving us some serious little nuggets that I think we can all use to help us grow our business. So it's go time, guys. Summer's here, and now is the time to hit the ground running. So let's blow up the chat with more installs and more contracts this week and get rolling. So let's have a good week. We'll see you guys.
Take care, guys. Have a great one.
Thanks, Susan.